Hi there, this is Joanne Busch, executive producer for Tinsel, coming to you from sunny Southern California. Each week we interview established acting talent to try to help empower those ladies who are trying to break into the business. It's a lot of fun. Also, each week we feature a guest host. This week our host is Nina Kate. Hannah.
Hi.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did you start in acting?
Well, I'm originally from New York, and I started acting about the age of 7 or 8. And then I didn't act for a very long time after that, in middle school and high school. But in college, I auditioned for a student film just on a whim. And I really loved it. And I was a philosophy major, so I had no real plans for after college. And so I stuck with it, and here I am.
Well, great. So are you ready to interview our first guest?
I sure am.
All right, well, break a leg. Take it away.
Thank you. Hi, Valerie. Thank you for having us over. Your place is beautiful.
Yeah.
How long have you lived in Lake Balboa?
25 years, yes.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Fresno, California. I left Fresno when I was 19. I went to University of Hawaii, and I went to school there for a year. Then came back and finished at Cal State Long Beach, the same school that Steven Spielberg went to. We had the same instructors. I'm feeling very special right now.
And how long have you been casting?
Well, I first started out as studying acting and theater in high school and in college. And then I ended up, my first job was working with Chuck Barris on all the game shows. And then I ended up with Cheech and Chong. But I really didn't know about being a casting director because they didn't teach you that in college. Mm-hmm. I went to University of Hawaii for a year and then to Cal State Long Beach. And I graduated with a radio, television, film production degree, but they never really talked about being a casting director. So when my boss got fired at Universal after 9 months, which was very disturbing, I interviewed for 2 jobs, one in production, and then the HR person said, "Hey, there's a job in casting." And I said, "Casting? What do you mean?" And it's you get to go see movies, you get to put actors in films, and you go to theater. And I'm like, wait a minute, how come you don't learn this stuff in college? Because there's not a class for it, obviously. So I ended up interviewing there, working for Nancy Nair for 8 years, and she taught me everything I know.
And have you ever thought about giving up? I mean, have there been those tough times when you just said, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm moving on to something else?
Well, I think as human beings, we all have to evaluate our lives and what we're doing. Working in the entertainment industry is probably one of the most challenging jobs. And working as an actress or an actor is also very challenging because it's not about the job you do. There's so many other factors involved in order to get hired for the role. Mm-hmm. But we all must look at our lives and look at what we're doing and making sure that we're doing all that we can do, that we can diversify. We have technology right now that is available to us in so many ways that there isn't any excuses anymore for the actor. Especially the female actor, being able to make sure that, if she's not getting the roles that she wants, she can go outside the box and, create something for herself. Mm-hmm. And never, I say never, ever give up.
Yeah. And what are some of the roles that you're most proud of, casting-wise?
I've cast American History X, which everyone tends to love.
Yes, amazing movie.
Hard Candy, The Legend of 1900, Dark City, Dark Man. I've done so many movies that I even have duplicate names, and especially Babe. And I'll tell you something, it's Babe, and I did Babe, the baseball movie too, by the way. Ah. But Babe, the big movie, George Miller was producing, who did Mad Max, and he ended up always calling me at the studio, "Have you read the script yet? Have you read the script yet?" I said, "George, what's the script about?" He said, it's about a pig that wants to be a sheepdog. I go, oh my God, are you kidding me? In my head, I'm thinking this. Okay, George, I'll read it. So finally I said, okay, I'll read it this weekend. So I'm in the car, page 4. I'm in tears. Okay. I became the pig cheerleader. So it was James Cromwell that ended up not wanting to come in and read. And ironically enough, I forced his agent to have him come in. And ironically, he got nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Well, he has you to thank for that.
Yeah.
And which female actor would you like to work with the most, and why?
I would really like to work with Jennifer Lawrence. I think she always brings some interesting moments in her work. And she was really, really great in American Hustle. Yes. Yeah. So I was really not expecting that performance, but I was pleasantly surprised.
And what advice do you have for girls who are just starting out and trying to break into the industry?
Never compromise your morals. If you think that it's wrong, it probably is. Never go against your instincts as an actress, a young actress. Always consult your manager or agent if you find yourself in a compromising position. Never expect that because you're pretty, that's going to be enough to sustain you. You have to strive to be better at your craft because there's less roles for females. So you have to be one up than anyone else. And that comes with training and preparation, which is so important. We do a lot of self-tapes now, and I'm surprised that a lot of the actors don't have it done professionally. That every moment that you get an opportunity to audition, you have to make the most of it and the best of it, and to spend the extra money to get it done professionally. When you're a young actress, you'll be asked that a lot, to do a lot of self-tapes. I think that you just have to be so in love with your craft that there won't be anything stopping you.
And now something a little bit different. You've also worked on the production side.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about your experiences in production?
Yeah, again, this goes back to your original question about, have you ever thought about, quitting? Mm-hmm. This was an extension of that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it wasn't quitting, but it was like, I want more. What can I do more? Mm-hmm. I love telling stories. I love telling interesting moments that actors can perform. There is nothing in my life that I get more high off of than going to a movie theater and watching the actors bring the words to life and knowing what those words mean. So, yes, production I've worked on, I've produced movies, and that way I also have the joy of putting the actors in the movies that I produce, mm-hmm. Which is great. And I love telling stories, so that's all part of it. I don't want to have the producers I work for be the only ones getting that fun. I want to have some fun too. And I like to tell inspirational stories that have meaning.
Great. Well, that is actually all the time that we have today. But I just wanted to ask you one more thing. Can you just tell us about the projects that you're working on right now?
Well, I'm finishing up casting a movie called Kids vs. Monsters. And I'm also beginning to attach actors to a project called They Might Be Kennedys, based on a true story of the writer who grew up in the Cape, and they saw all the little goodies that all the Kennedys were getting, so they decided to join in and pose as their cousins. It's kind of like Animal House meets American Pie. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for having us.
You're welcome.
Joanne, back to you.
Thanks, Nina. And wasn't that fun? Isn't Valerie wonderful? How many casting directors would take time out of their busy schedule to invite you into their homes and share their knowledge about making it in this industry? Valerie, we wish you the best of luck. Now, if you want to make it into this industry, girls, there are 3 words to remember. Write this down. Talent, tough skin, and tenacity. I call it the 3 T's. Talent, tough skin, and tenacity. Now, it won't always be easy. There'll be plenty of times where we want to run home, pack up, and leave. Don't do it. Get spiritually and emotionally grounded first. Let the word no roll off you like water off an umbrella. Pay it no attention. Rejection is just part of the game, and it makes landing that much sweeter. Well, that's it for this week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and Twitter at Tinseltown TV, and check out our website, tinseltowntv.net. So until next week, remember this: there is no such thing as luck. Opportunity meets preparation, and fortune favors the bold. God bless.